Within this week's Ticklist, we look at Anna Taylor, who has completed what is believed to be the first continuous self-supported round of all 100 routes within Steve Broadbent's Mountain Rock guidebook. We think it's a pretty surefire bet that she's the first person to complete this challenge, not least because of how massive an undertaking it is. Anna took 53 days cycling, running and walking, and eventually climbing the routes, amounting to just under 2,000 kilometers of travel. That is a lot of time in the saddle. The routes within the guide are located within Scotland, the Lake District and Snowdonia National Park, and range between moderate and very severe. Anna soloed the vast majority, occasionally partnered by her fiancé, Matt Wright, who was there to take photographs and provide support along the way. We asked Anna what the differences were in between the classic rock challenge that she did last year and the mountain rock challenge that she did this year. The main difference is that there's a lot more climbing involved. On paper, there's only 17 more routes, but as they're all on mountain crags, they're all big with long approaches and feel very different from the short, quick-hit climbs of the South and the Peak District during the Classic Rock Challenge. Anna has something of a reputation of climbing routes in all conditions, both good, bad and awful, and within this tour it was no exception. But the worst storm hit on the biggest mountain, Ben Nevis. She had this to say about it. It was raining, there was hardly any visibility, and the 4 climbs I had to do, which were up to 600 meters in length, all felt way more serious than they normally do, as it was easy to go off-route accidentally. At times the situation started to feel pretty serious, as whilst I was climbing alongside my partner Matt, we didn't have ropes as we wanted to move fast and not carry excess weight. Everything went fine in the end, but there were definitely a couple of moments where I was starting to question my decisions. Whilst it's an absolutely impossible question to answer having climbed 100 classic routes, we asked Anna what her 3 favourite routes were from within the tick list. And she came back with the following. The Inaccessible Pinnacle Sky. Such an amazing feature and feels spooky to solo with mega drops off either side. When I climbed it, it was towards the very end of a big day and the pinnacle was bathed in the evening light and no one else on it, which made it feel quite special. Ordinary route on Ben A. This was one of the first of the lot, and whilst it's technically very easy, there's quite a lot of choss and the cliff itself, triple buttress, is an intimidating place to be. It's hidden away in a beautiful part of Torridon that really encapsulated the theme of the trip, which was exploring all of the brilliant but fairly accessible mountain routes that the UK has to offer. And finally, Groove de Ret on Triven. This one is an old favourite of mine, as it was the first multi-pitch I'd ever soloed years ago. It's long, varied and good rock the whole way that gives a nice sense of nostalgia every time I climb it, and it's the one I'd recommend as a first mountain trad experience. After these 2 fairly monumental challenges over the last couple of years, we were intrigued to know what Anna had planned next, and she had this to say. I'm really keen to do some more human-powered expeditions. This is probably the last time I'll follow a UK climbing guidebook, but there's other link-ups in different parts of the world that I'd love to have a go at, as I think that they allow you to explore so much more of an area. Much more interesting than travelling to a single climb. I would say that I'm just as much into running and cycling as I am climbing these days, and being able to combine these things into one big trip really appeals to me. The cool thing about challenges such as this is whilst it's amazing that Anna's done it in a single push, for the rest of us, ticking all 100 routes within Steve Broadbent's Mountain Rock Guide is a good lifetime objective. Check out a copy when you're next down the climbing shop, and when you do come around to doing the routes, you are allowed to use ropes as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more climbing news, fun, games and so on and so forth.